Deep in the heart of France, nestled amidst sprawling gardens and shimmering fountains, lies the Palace of Versailles. A monument to extravagance and grandeur, it stands as a testament to the ambition of Louis the Fourteenth, the Sun King. But this opulent palace, a symbol of French power and prestige, holds within its gilded walls a rather surprising secret. It lacked toilets. Our story begins not with the grandeur of the palace we see today, but with a more modest structure. A hunting lodge built by Louis the Thirteenth in 1623. Surrounded by woods teeming with game, it was a place for the king to indulge in his favourite pastime. This humble lodge, built of brick and stone, would become the foundation for Louis the Fourteenth's grand vision. Upon ascending the throne, Louis the Fourteenth, driven by a desire to consolidate his power and escape the confines of Paris, set about transforming his father's hunting lodge into a palace that would be the envy of the world. Year after year, the palace grew, expanding outwards like a blossoming flower. Each new wing, each opulent fountain, each meticulously manicured garden, all served to reinforce the image of Louis the Fourteenth as the absolute monarch, the Sun King around which all of France revolved. The transformation was nothing short of extraordinary. The once modest hunting lodge had become a sprawling palace, a labyrinth of corridors and chambers adorned with the finest art and furnishings that money could buy. But amidst this extravagance, a curious omission remained. Versailles lacked toilets. Instead of flushing toilets, courtiers and residents of Versailles relied on chamber pots, ornate vessels often made of silver or porcelain, which were kept discreetly hidden in alcoves or beneath furniture. The lack of proper sanitation, coupled with the sheer number of people residing at Versailles, created a rather pungent atmosphere, one that visitors to the palace could hardly ignore. Beyond the palace walls, Louis the Fourteenth commissioned the creation of gardens that were as impressive as the palace itself. Stretching for over 800 hectares, these gardens were a testament to the power of man to tame nature. Geometrically designed, the gardens were a riot of colour and fragrance. Exotic flowers imported from distant lands bloomed in meticulously arranged parterres. Fountains, spouting jets of water high into the air, created a symphony of sound and movement. The air was thick with the scent of thousands upon thousands of flowers, a heady mix of roses, lilies and jasmine, all vying for attention. But what began as a delightful sensory experience could quickly become overwhelming. The sheer intensity of the perfumes, combined with the heat of the summer sun, often proved too much for visitors to bear. Accounts from the time tell of ladies fainting from the overpowering scents, their delicate constitutions unable to withstand the olfactory onslaught. Even the most robust of gentlemen found themselves reaching for their scented handkerchiefs, desperate for a breath of fresh air. The lack of public restrooms meant that visitors had to discreetly relieve themselves in the bushes, adding another layer of fragrance to the already pungent air. The gardens of Versailles, a testament to human artistry and nature's bounty, also served as a reminder of the less glamorous realities of life in the 17th century. Chapter 3. The Venetian Secrets of the Hall of Mirrors. At the heart of the Palace of Versailles lies one of the most iconic rooms in history, the Hall of Mirrors. Stretching for over 70 meters, it is a dazzling spectacle of light and reflection, a testament to the opulence and grandeur of the French court. But the creation of this iconic hall was not without its challenges. The most daunting task was the manufacture of the 357 mirrors that would adorn its walls. At the time, Venice was renowned for its glass-making prowess, its artisans possessing the skills and knowledge to create the large, flawless mirrors required for the hall. Louis the Fourteenth, determined to have the best for his palace, set his sights on Venetian mirror makers, eager to entice them to France. However, Venice, fiercely protective of its craft secrets, forbade its artisans from sharing their knowledge with outsiders. Undeterred, Louis the Fourteenth resorted to espionage and intrigue, Secret agents were dispatched to Venice with a mission to lure the city's skilled mirror makers to France by any means necessary. Tempted by promises of riches and prestige, a number of Venetian artisans succumbed to the French overtures, slipping out of Venice under the cover of darkness. With the Venetian artisans at his disposal, Louis the Fourteenth could finally realize his vision for the Hall of Mirrors. The Hall of Mirrors, bathed in the light of hundreds of candles reflected in the gleaming surfaces, became the heart of courtly life, a stage for grand balls, diplomatic receptions and lavish festivities. Chapter 4. From Sun King's stage to treaty ground. The Hall of Mirrors, a symbol of French power and prestige, would witness not only the triumphs but also the tragedies of French history. Over a century after its construction, the hall would become the setting for a pivotal moment in world history, the signing of the Treaty of Versailles in 1919. The treaty, which formally ended World War I, was signed in this very hall, a place that had once symbolized French might, now chosen as a symbol of peace and reconciliation. The choice of the Hall of Mirrors was no accident. It was a deliberate act, intended to humiliate defeated Germany by forcing them to sign the treaty in a place that represented French glory. On June 28, 1919, representatives from the Allied powers and Germany gathered in the Hall of Mirrors to sign the treaty, bringing an official end to the Great War. The treaty, however, would prove to be a double-edged sword. While it brought an end to the bloodshed, its harsh terms, particularly the heavy reparations imposed on Germany, would sow the seeds of resentment and instability in the years to come. The Hall of Mirrors, once a stage for lavish balls and courtly intrigue, had borne witness to a pivotal moment in world history, a moment that would shape the course of the 20th century. Outre a legacy of extravagance and intrigue, the Palace of Versailles, with its opulent halls, sprawling gardens and fascinating history, continues to captivate visitors from around the world. It stands as a testament to the ambition, artistry and ingenuity of the French people. But it also serves as a reminder of the complexities of history, the interplay of power and beauty, and the enduring allure of the past. So, the next time you see an image of Versailles, its gilded gates gleaming in the sunlight, remember that behind the facade of opulence lies a story of human ingenuity, ambition and, yes, even a touch of human waste.